Turki Alalshik and Dana White takeover. I know this topic is getting repetitive, but trust me, this isn't just business. This is a hostile takeover. And I've got proof that this isn't just speculation. We're going to listen to what Dana White said. Then we'll listen to what Turki Alalshik said. And you'll notice something. They contradict themselves. There is some major scheming going on behind the scenes. And it's only a matter of time before the real plan unfolds.
Dana, what's the biggest thing you want to fix in boxing? What's the biggest problem when you can fix?
Where do you begin? Probably, the best fighting the best.
Absolutely.
Start there.
And what about moving up in divisions for Terence Crawford and Canelo? Are you concerned about that? I know you're not a big fan of fighters moving up.
I don't know. I mean, these are two guys that have accomplished a lot. It's one of what you would call a super fight.
Absolutely.
And I do super fights. So,
who do you feel wins?
I don't know. I don't know.
Will you be in attendance? Will you be there?
Probably. More than likely, yes.
Tina, is this going to be your first fight with TKO? There's a lot of rumors. Turkey said the other day that could potentially be the first one.
What?
Crawford versus Canelo.
Well, listen, my model is way different. Turkey has things that he's obligated to over the next 18 months. I want to break the sport down and build it from the ground up like we did the UFC. So I'm on a different path.
What's something that would surprise the boxing fans with this new deal? You're coming in hot. Turkey says he wants to crush the competition. How do you approach this? Are you going to be working with those guys, the other promoters, Oscar De La Hoya's, Eddie Hearns?
I don't know. I don't know how that's all going to play out. We'll see.
One belt, 9 divisions. Is that the goal? Is one belt, 9 divisions. Is that
Listen,
what you want?
I'm not doing a press conference right now.
No, it's all right.
There is a lot of surprise will come to the market from the Ring magazine. There is a lot of great people will be involved in the magazine in the future, inshallah. Now let's get back to the boxing. I see what happened in the market in the last week, and I understand the panic in the market because there is a lot of companies and there are a lot of promoters. What I want to say, we care about the fans and the fighters, and we will support the fans and the fighters, and we will continue doing the big fights for the people. There is a full schedule. I will say it in a couple of minutes. But in the same time, the relationship between Riyadh season and the relationship between the Ring magazine and the promoters will continue at least for the next 1 or 2 years. This depends about their reaction and about what is the options they will give us. If it is good for us, we will do it. In this situation, I like what that Matchroom and Eddie Hearn doing. Eddie, still until now, discussing with my team and with me to doing a big fight around the world. And he continue. Eddie do it and take their position in smart things. He decide to continue to work with us if we are continuing doing business with him.
Turkey came into boxing just 19 months ago. He started throwing money around like it was a monopoly cash. He didn't know how the boxing business worked, but he didn't need to. When you have unlimited money, you don't need experience. Money buys power, money buys control. And that's exactly what Turkey did. He lured promoters and fighters with insane prizes. He fooled them into his circle and made them believe he was the savior of boxing, and everyone played along. They praised him like he was a gift to the sport. He's going to save boxing. He's going to bring the biggest fights. Yeah, he's changing boxing, all right? Just not the way they expected. He's changing to his way. And now he's put in Dana White. Let that sink in. The guy who made his name in MMA, not boxing. The guy who controls fighters like employees. A guy who pays pennies to UFC fighters but wants to run boxing. So why Dana? Simple, control. Turkey doesn't want to be a player in boxing. He wants to own it. And if you think this won't go the same way as MMA, think again. What did UFC do to Pride EC? Bought it, killed it. What did UFC do to Strikeforce? Bought it, killed it. What did UFC do to WFA? Bought it, killed it. See that pattern? Dana White didn't work with other organizations. He destroyed them. And now he's been brought into boxing. Do you think he's here to share power or to take it all? No. Here is where it gets even shadier. Turkey says he's committed for another 18 months. Committed to what exactly? Is he pumping up more money to lure fighters away from other promoters? Is he trying to make Ring Magazine the only championship that matters? Because if he pulls that off, goodbye WBC, WBA, IBF, WBO, goodbye small boxing gyms, goodbye up-and-coming boxers. Turkey isn't here for the fans, he's here to take over. And once his plan is complete, goodbye boxing. So you tell me, is Turkey saving boxing or destroying it? Leave your thoughts below and see you next time, folks.